Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise is brought to you in partnership with Drive Media and Consulting and their premier sponsors. Subscribe on your favorite streaming platforms and share. If you just found us, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Denise DiGrigoli has spent her life in the creative industries as an entrepreneur, helping people transform their visions into thriving businesses, working with individuals and teams to find their purpose and live their life vibrantly. On her pod, Denise delivers business intel and life hacks with wit and wisdom in short shots like a strong espresso with a solid sense of humor. Enjoy this episode of Mav's Coffee Clarity, and here's Mav.
Welcome, my friends. You are on Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise. We're a show designed to move you forward in work, life, and self-care. And come on, who doesn't need that? If you just found me, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Every week we spill the beans. It's a show designed to move you forward with inspiring ideas and stories, people that have gone through triumphs, tribulations, transformations, found their silver linings. And hey, if you take away one little snack nugget that helps you move forward in whatever you're working on, then we've done our job. So usually every week I interview some fascinating person, a maverick in their own right, a known to an unknown, everybody that's really been through something that they can share that'll give you a little, like I said, a little jolt. And when I'm not interviewing someone, it's just me. So this week is a short shot with Mav. I'm going to share some of the stuff that has helped me move forward intentionally. The show's called for today, Best Intentions. We all have them, right? We're coming up on a year anniversary here at Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise. Started off with the best of intentions. Hey, we want to help people move forward. We want to share what we're going through or have been through and our silver linings to let them know they can do it too, whatever that they is. And what about the coffee? Well, the intention behind the coffee was some of my best thoughts and creative ideas have come from a solo cup of coffee in the morning when I'm here meditating at like 6 a.m. Also, some of my best conversations have happened over a cup of coffee. Growing up, we would go to my grandmother's house, either grandmother, on a Sunday and have a coffee. We'd talk about life, we'd share ideas, we might bake, we might garden, we might just dish, I don't know. But some of the most fun times, creative times, sentimental times came over our coffee. So Mav's Coffee Clarity strings it all together. We'd like to be a little lighthearted here because the world can be really serious and you've got stuff to do. We all have stuff to do. So I try to bring together a little bit of humor, a little bit of wisdom. That was the best intention for this show. We find ourselves a year in. What's next year going to look like? Well, first of all, most podcasts don't even make it to 50 episodes. So I'm ringing the bell for everybody that's helped me in this and creatively collaborated over a cup of coffee or tea. Thank you. So best intentions, we all have them. Let's talk about the difference between intentions, goals, or resolutions. If you followed me and you've been a client of mine, you know I'm not into resolutions. That's sort of like an all or nothing. It feels like a colossal fail. And if you look at the stats from Scranton University to Forbes and numerous other, Pew Research and so on, they say 8% of New Year's resolutions are about all that's followed. So I ask then, where's the other 92% of us? We're just a colossal fail? No, of course not. We make our goals now and again, but that's now and again. And best intention is something that starts the train out of the station. For example, I had the best intention this year to go to the gym on a regular basis to kind of shore up some of the herniated discs in my lower back. I'm not a gym person. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I'm not a gym person. But yet, I said, Einstein would say the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So maybe I need to tailor my intention. Instead of saying I'm going to go to the gym every single day, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, but I'm going to move my body, whether it's yoga at home or videotapes, YouTube, I'm going to do something every day. And you know what? Here's the reality. I had the intention to heal my back, and it came with a lot of other benefits. Toned up, feel better, less pain in the knees. It was the best intention, but I had to move it out of the station so it just didn't further away. How many times have people said, well, I have the intention to start a business, scale my business, lose weight, move, write my resume, all best intentions, best intentions. But without a little plan and a little action step, guess what? It just stays in the frither of best intention. And I'm telling you this over my cup of coffee because it's happened to me numerous times, i.e., the best intention for this show is to share ideas. So I start going to the gym. I met with a personal trainer just a half an hour a week to sync that commitment. Now, I'm just telling you my story. Your story may be very different. I'm talking about the intention that moved into a goal that created transformation. I put it in small little bites that I could handle for me, and I put it on my calendar. And I said to myself every day, if you can't just do that little thing for yourself, what can you do? Half an hour, that's it. 60 minutes, right? And then I started to see some of the results. And even on the days I didn't want to go, I said, you've asked your daughter to do certain things and be committed to certain outcomes. How does it look for me if I don't follow through? So it's kind of like the kettle calling the kettle black or whatever that saying is. So, at the very least, I got to put my money where my mouth is and I got to show up. So from intention to showing up. And I showed up by writing it in my calendar. And there's one thing that Jerry Seinfeld does that I really like and learned from him. And we don't have to be a movie star or a comedian to do this. It's called Don't Break the Chain. So anybody that knows about writing anything, whether you're writing a book, you're writing comedy, you're in a play, you have to talk to the team that you supervise. You have to have some sort of a plan. So Jerry's plan was to write 30 minutes a day because it takes about, I don't know, more than so many bazillion hours of writing just to get one little minute of real comedy that may work. So in Jerry's case, 30 minutes a day, had a big calendar, and he's called it Don't Break the Chain. Every day when he did his 30 minutes, he would make an X. So he got that dopamine hit. 10 days in, he's got 300, minutes of copy that he can now spoon through. So his intention now turning into a goal, right? My case in the gym, same thing. The intention for Mavs Coffee Clarity. I'm going to start a podcast in the midst of the consulting business I run and the clients I manage because I want to share ideas that I hear that come up in these meetings where many times we have similar common stuck points, believe it or not. People sometimes are afraid to network. They're afraid to speak publicly. They're afraid that they won't make their sales goals or drive their company forward, or they've got to have a hard conversation in HR. We could go on and on and on. We all have the best intentions to make the situation better. But sometimes our fear gets in the way or all the other stuff that takes priorities. And I was thinking, and sometimes I go to a conference or I hear a podcast and there's a great book that they recommend. And I love new ideas. So I want to check it out. I'd venture to say my spouse would say I chase shiny objects. No, I love research. I love to learn new ideas. But I find myself with this big pile of books. And how am I sharing all those ideas when I haven't read the book, when my intention here is just to share ideas that work? So I had to say to myself, look, you're going to do some time blocking. That's kind of Jerry's, don't break the X, don't break the chain. The time blocking for me is client work, stuff that drives revenue first, the stuff that people are really relying on me first, and then chunks of time to make this content. And is it always easy? Absolutely not. But what you have to do is don't break the chain and keep doing it. And then you learn things like we're learning, how to marry the intro to the outro and my conversation so it seems more seamless. We're a startup bootstrapping organization at Mavs Coffee Clarity. And every time that I say, oh, I don't know if we're going to go into year 2, somebody will send me an email or on social media or a text and be like, that show really helped me out. I wasn't going to take that second interview. I didn't think, I was at the right age for it. And so-and-so's episode really moved me forward. Hey, that's a win. If together we can help people move forward, then my intention is met. Is it easy? No. No, not always. Sometimes, yes. The universe sort of conspires or manifests all of your intention. Wherever your intention is, your energy flows. So there's some maybe synchronistic things that happen, but you got to show up and you got to do the work. And you got to also decide when your intention isn't working for you, because I'm definitely a person that has so many intentions, and I'd like to call them all good intentions, right? I have a little book that I want to write. There's classes that I want to teach. There's, art that I want to do. And there's people I want to interview. These are all great intentions so that I can, bring other ideas, maverick wisdom to people that listen to this channel that say they really like it. And sometimes my list is just too long. That's right. My eyes are bigger than my stomach. um, so what can you do about that? Be okay crossing things off your list and give your attention to the intentions that really make the most sense for you, wherever you are in your life. Sometimes I've had certain intentions on my to-do list for a couple of years. I'm saying, Denise, really? This has been on your list for a couple of years. Are you going to do it? Or is it just sound good on your list? Or is it from an old idea that you thought you should? And on Mouse Coffee Clarity, we say we don't should on each other. So be okay taking some things off your list and look at your list daily. Now, this is the other thing. We always get into these conversations in my household and sometimes with my clients. Well, I like technology. I write it in my notes. I'll remember. No, you won't remember. You won't remember because there's going to be a million other. We get more pieces of information from social media, billboards driving down the road, floor graphics in the grocery store, people texting us now, whatever. We get more information in a minute than, Paul Revere got in an entire year and a half coming across country with the mail. So what can we do about that? We have to really be the people that filter out what we receive so we can actually hear our intentions, right? Those are our intentions, not someone else's intentions for us or what we think we should do based on what's going on in society. So what I like to think is trying to give you a little bit more of the background there. For those of you that follow me, we are on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, Amazon, wherever you find your favorite pods, and on YouTube. So we're making this more of a video show as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing the background of my Berkshire studio. And I like it because it's sort of a color montage of textures and vintage things and found things with some new state-of-the-art equipment. And it's sort of homegrown, like the bootstrapping organization we are. And if you film down with me in the Fairfield location, you'll see it's a little more buttoned up, right? And I love that because wherever you are in your life, you can create an atmosphere or a feeling that works for you. And in this case, my guests. And I get to, enjoy. I wouldn't want to say best of both worlds because there's a million fabulous worlds, but I get to enjoy the urbanness of Fairfield and the countryness of the Berkshire environment. And therefore, I think we attract a wider group of really incredible guests and audience, and we benefit more people. At least that's how I look at it. And I hope you do too. So if you like what's happening, subscribe to the channel wherever you're finding us today. And also jump on my website, DeniseDiGrigoli.com, and sign up for our e-news. We send out a monthly, we try to do it bi-monthly, but we're very busy over here with the best of intentions. So now we make it monthly, where we sort of curate the best of ideas for work, life, self-care. It covers entrepreneurship. It covers communication. It just covers like taking good care of yourself. And what does that mean? We film in short shots. When it's just me, it's like 18 minutes. When it's a guest, it's 27, 36, max 45. Why? Because we're busy. We want to share information. We know you're busy, and we want to move you out of the station to wherever you're going, and hopefully listening to some ideas that serve you, writing them down, right? Wherever you might be, I like to carry a notepad, even in my car. If I'm listening to a podcast that I enjoy, I write it down or I screenshot it so I can catch up with it later. Then if I'm really going to use that idea, if I have the intention to use that idea in my work, I put it in my calendar and I put it in my notebook so that I can make it part of my day. Back to best intentions, back to Jerry's don't break the chain. Whatever it is you're working on, break it down, and to start, maybe in my case for exercise, it was, half an hour to an hour, 3 times a week. When it's an idea, new research, I give it 10, 15 minutes. If I'm creating content for this show, maybe an hour, but I put it in my calendar. And when it's not serving me anymore, or it's stuck on the list of things that I should do, I cross it out. It's a lot of inviting, allowing, releasing best intentions. Better than resolutions when it comes to Mav at Mav's Coffee Clarity. And best intentions with a little action leads to goals. Goals, right? I don't know, slinging it back to old school conversation. SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Ooh, I sound like a teacher. But it's true. That's how you meet a goal, right? If you have, 50 pounds to lose, you're not losing it overnight. It takes 9 months to make a baby. So you have to make it measurable to you so you stay healthy, motivated, and on it. Maybe it's a half a pound a week. In my case, 30 minutes of exercise over, I want to say 6 months, has really, really healed my back. What's that allow me to do? It allows me to be more present when I'm working. It allows me to be more fluid. It allows me to be more creative because I don't have that resounding pain in my back. And guess what? I'm able to move, go faster, if faster is what you want to do. I'm able to go longer, if go longer is what you want to do, and just live a little more happier. So those are my ideas for you today on Mav Short Shot. Best intentions. How do you make them work? Write them down. Don't break the chain. Do one thing. One thing. Don't have a million things on your list like Mav, because then you have to have a million cups of coffee and you talk too fast. Peace out, my friends. Mav has got to get back to some intentions for today.
Hey, that's a wrap for today, my friends. Thanks for listening, subscribing, and staying connected with me. Head on over to DeniseDiGrigoli.com and learn a little bit more about my creative and strategic consulting services. While you're there, drop your name on the contact page. Sign up for my bi-weekly brew. It's fresh ideas delivered to your inbox a couple times a month for clarity, creativity, and better communication. It's based on my 3 decades as an entrepreneur, helping other people and businesses move forward. It's great business intel and life hacks that you can use for work, life, and self-care. And come on, who doesn't need that nowadays? Have a great rest of your day. Peace out, my friends. Mav has got to get back to work.